taking a live look at the White House, where Donald Trump will be moving in just a few hours from now. The 47th president says he'll be making a lot of changes and will be signing a slew of executive orders. That includes putting tariffs on several countries. Joining us now is an assistant professor of finance at the UB School of Management, Scott Lang. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Talk a little bit about what items or what goods are expected to go up in price.
Right, so President Trump wants to impose tariffs, which are essentially a tax on imported goods. And so that's why we're seeing a lot of headlines about how our main trading partners, Canada and Mexico, are being hit with 25% tariffs, potentially. It still remains to be seen if we're going to actually have 25% tax on imported goods. And the goal of the tariffs is to get everybody to bring their production in-house, make it more domestic, make everything made in America again. So here in Western New York, particularly, we're probably going to see some increases in electronic goods and grocery prices, unfortunately. But kind of like with the first wave of tariffs in Trump's first presidency, there's often a lot of exceptions to the goods. So we don't actually know yet what will be exempt from the tariffs. Now, President Trump campaigned on lower grocery prices. It'd be a bit surprising if we actually saw those tariffs go through. But things like electronic goods, or particularly between our trade with Canada and the United States, here in Western New York, there's a lot of back and forth with automobile manufacturing processes. Parts go back and forth, which will see tariffs imposed, which will unfortunately probably see higher car prices for most of the consumers in the area.
You mentioned electronics. Is that, cell phones, iPhones, that type of thing?
Yes, particularly anything coming from China. So there's a lot of electronics that come out of China, and they're facing much harsher penalties, higher tariffs than Canada and Mexico. So things like electronics, a lot of kitchen electronics like your refrigerator, your stove, your air fryer, which everyone has, those are probably going to go up 25, 30, 50%, depending on the extent of the tariffs being imposed. So what we've been seeing, particularly in the holiday shopping season, was consumers kind of were anticipating this, and they went and bought a lot of these goods in advance, trying to protect themselves against these price increases we're about to see.
Okay, what are the benefits of this, if there are any?
So the benefits are to encourage companies to bring all of their production and facilities to be back in America again. So if we're importing, say, some sort of good, and there is an American alternative, it promotes that American alternative so that consumers will start to get that. We can bring more jobs back to the United States, or here in Western New York in particular. And seeing that kind of growth in the American economy and discouraging companies to outsource it. So we saw a big problem back in the first wave of tariffs, and the Biden administration kept them on, where there were a lot of products being flooded into the market at an artificially low price point, things like aluminum, steel. And so the goal is we'll impose those tariffs, make other countries, or at least the United States companies, buy American again, and encourage job growth, a better quality, kind of overall win-win, if we're willing to pay the tariffs that get imposed.
All right, well, thank you again for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Simplifying it a little bit for people out there.
Thank you. Go Bills.
Well, stay with us. Wake Up. We'll be back.